Chat, here we go. Mawkzy versus Toxic. Probably in the YouTube video we showed you the standings here, but we've got Mawkzy versus Toxic. We just had Nwpo versus Toxic. It is Mawkzy and Nwpo against 10 different unique players. They are playing against each other in an effort to prepare for the World Championship in September. Getting these guys some warm-up matches so that they'll be ready to go. Whereas thinking it was going to take, a while to get to 10 matches. Here we are playing our third match fairly quickly, as we have Toxic going up against the duos. We've had Raziers and Drally, now Toxic. Feel free to go back and check those. I'm sure it'll be mentioned, the results of the previous ones. If you want to watch all those, go back and do so without getting spoiled. But right now, Mawkzy has the lead. Big matchup for him now against Toxic, though. If Toxic were to snag a win, he would not just, equalize the matchup. He'd actually put Nwpo into the lead based off game differential. Big sweep from Toxic, from Nwpo onto Toxic, especially considering how close Toxic kept it and how he was very likely to be able to snag a game. Ultimately does not do so. Toxic pass to himself on the back wall. Decent recovery, but the follow-up 50 as well. Actually slightly undercut Mawkzy. Can he get this one to net? Wow, really solid play from Toxic to pass to himself for the shot, but Mawkzy still does recover. Now Toxic to the skies, reset, uses it, and Mawkzy can't get the save. Sets up awkwardly, and it ends up just rolling its way in. We watch it from Toxic POV. He was maybe going for a low 50 of some kind. Mawkzy to the back corner. Toxic chaining some dashes together. Mawkzy pops it over the top of him and gets his first goal of the series. Strong start. But countless players have started strong against Mawkzy, only to lose. Toxic pre-flipping into the corner here. And is able to make the save. Big clear. Oh, had a big clear coming. Instead, at least stops Mawkzy from immediately scoring, although eventually Mawkzy will. Robbie, thank you for the 2 months prime. Much appreciated. Nwpo wants a pin. Or sorry, Nwpo. It's Toxic and Mawkzy now. Mawkzy wants a pinch. And although it was strong, it's not on target. Mawkzy falling off the ceiling to pre-jump Toxic's dribble, who just didn't even go up there with it. He said, if you're going to be that crazy, I'm just going to wait on the ground, and you're going to give me the ball right back. Mawkzy taking this into his own half. Now Toxic. Ooh, the psycho attempt. Not strong enough, and also not on target at all. But we can believe. See challenges early before before Mawkzy's able to really get any carry going. This time Mawkzy's gonna flick early, try and counter that. Toxic guiding it into the corner. He is taking a big trip around the side wall, but makes it back in time before the shot. Now trying to speed out. Mawkzy just barely is able to make the save. Almost slams an own goal, but hits the woodwork. And the ball's back out to the midfield. Cheeky little bump. Toxic single jumping over the top of the bump attempt and wave dashing back to stay on the ball. Mawkzy wanted to do a little bit of possession play, bringing it back to his own half. Didn't quite work out that way. Toxic instead will be the one to score. Wave dash kickoff for Mawkzy as he wins it up to the sidewall, or Toxic's the one who puts it up on the sidewall. Tried to fake Toxic out. Toxic stayed patient. And notice that he did not need to leave the back wall to still make the save. Toxic. Catch, collect. Oh my goodness, there's that flick I was talking about in the previous one, but it's off target. And there's no way to slow down and actually get a double in. He's going to die instead, and Mawkzy sneaks it in the bottom left corner. Toxic trying desperately not to overshoot his recovery here. Ends up hitting the brakes and then not being able to get his speed back to make the save. Is this right now? It is. Perform Edge RM1. You're watching it live. Okay, there's that flick. This flick happened live, and it's not pre-recorded, and I did not guess what your name was. Believe it or not, this just happened here in the moments. What a flick. Toxic. Certainly just looking for ways to get out of this air dribble, and I feel like he shot himself down with that reset on the ball, which without doing that, he wouldn't have gotten to the ground fast enough. Kind of a pretty impressive play. Mawkzy would have closed the distance and made it much tougher on him otherwise. Toxic up to the ceiling, and is he going to score off this? Almost did. The bounce is off target. Mawkzy wants a full field pinch. So it's looking like game number one going to go to Toxic. Just like, oh my gosh, Toxic. How are you going to do me like that? You realize this is my livelihood, okay? I need to look good. I mean, the viewers need to think I know ball. So when you just immediately hand over a goal like that after I said you're going to win, how do you think that makes me look? Toxic. Tapping this one away. Now doing a good amount of keep away. 10 seconds left to go. Mawkzy, is he going to steal another one? Nope, this flick is not good enough. Toxic will deny it. And roll this one away. He does secure it. I promise I knew what I was talking about. So already a better record for Nwpo, even if Mawkzy gets 3 straight, as Toxic will take game number one. Game two, I realize just in case, somebody sees my chat now and they weren't here earlier. When I typed Mawkzy bahaha, the only reason I did that is not because I'm toxic towards Mawkzy and glad that he lost. It's just the guy who lost marbles got banned, and that was his one message. Misspelled Mawkzy blahahaha. Mawkzy to the ceiling. Does play it around. Toxic cannot get into the net. Nice pre-flip from Toxic outs. Toxic 50s to send that one to the back wall. And now Mawkzy down the other way. He will collect an outplay to start this game off on a much better foot. Feer, you're a big fan of me. I appreciate you. It's nice to have nice people in the chats. Type 1 in chat if you're a big hater of me, and you'll see exactly why it feels so nice to have you here. Cybershot, thank you for the 15 months, tier 1. Toxic. Ooh, nice flick. You have to get this ball up in the air quickly in order to make sure Mawkzy does not get a connection. And he just snaps the second flip so quickly. Soars it over the top. Ooh, nice read as Mawkzy overshoots it. Not gonna lie, you're a bit cringe, Feer. Unfortunate. That's all right. We go again. We just go again on life. Someone re-roll. Maybe next time we won't be cringe. When you get to my age, chat, there is no more cringe. Except for air dribble bumps, obviously. Once you're a dad, I think like you're supposed to be cringe. I'm pretty sure the rules say it's time to be as cringe as possible, especially when your kid is within earshot and I'm just practicing. None of us will ever get to your age, Fear. You'll always be older than us. No, there's some people who are older than 32. There's literally dozens of people in chat who are older than 32 right now. Nice play from Toxic. Everything is cringe to someone from the first time chatter. That is just so profound and true in every way. When you think about it, everything is cringe to someone. It's kind of like it's 5 o'clock somewhere, but it's about cringe. Thank you, chatter, who, while being very aggressive towards Mawkzy, is actually bringing up a very strong point here in this Nwpo versus Mawkzy challenge, which is that Mawkzy needs to win. Mawkzy needs to win. He's currently a series up on Nwpo and maybe a game or so, but Toxic is trying to get on his way to a 2-0 lead here against Mawkzy. And any Toxic win, whether in game 5 or not, or otherwise, will lead to Nwpo having the lead. Now, obviously, disastrous would be Toxic getting swept by Nwpo. Ooh, nice little delay flick. That's a nush flick. I mean, I don't want to label it as a nush flick. I'm sure it's called something else. Everyone who's watched freestyling always has the name. Like, oh, that's actually named after the freestyle from 3 years ago. But the tail end of the car, using that on the ground to launch the flick. Nush is certainly the guy using it most in the games I've been watching. Toxic trying to throw it in. Mawkzy just absolutely skyballed this one. Toxic trying to redirect off the back wall. Cresper, they have the rate of 190 million viewers. Chat, can we get some Agabibis in the chat, please? For our new viewers that have joined the stream. We want to make sure they feel welcome. Toxic just booming a flick directly at the nets, and I was gonna say is a little bit tame. Almost got countered because of it. Normally you want to be either a little bit stronger or usually a little bit better placed in order to make sure there's no counterattack. Mawkzy reset 50 goes the way of Toxic. Now we've had, as I spoiled the games that happened previously, we had Mawkzy and Nwpo both against Drally. Those went the same, and they were in favor of Drally. So this would actually be 2 losses in a row from Mawkzy if he's not able to get a series win against Toxic. Toxic wants a big redirect. Mawkzy just going to boom it towards the net with 11 seconds left to go. So we need a couple kickoffs in order to make this work. Diagonal kickoff is fairly volatile. He has not necessarily won it by enough. He is going to have first possession, and in a different game context, he's in a great spot here and might eventually even score. It's just you need goals now. The respawn, can he get the save? Oh, I didn't. I tried to switch POVs, but it breaks the POV switching. Did Mawkzy have a chance? Let's go back to his spot. No, still couldn't get it. Even with going back to respawn. Game number 2 to Toxic. He's 1 game away from closing it out against the Mawk. Game number 3. Toxic up 2-0. Just needs 1 more game to close it out. Now Mawkzy, as I said before, even if he is going to lose this series, he really wants to lose it while winning 2 games. Oh my goodness, Mawkzy. Or Mawkzy. I saw someone type that earlier in the chat. When he's doing this, he becomes Mawkzy. The reverse reset on the ceiling, and then launch in the flick. Toxiic gives it a little bit of extra speed to make it go in at 156. But Mawkzy is here, and now this is Mawkzy. That was Mawkzy, but this is Mawkzy. This is just his classic wave dash kickoff into bump. And now he's up 2-0. Mawkzy's going to make it 3-0. Is he taking off the training weights? He should have done that a lot earlier with the format of this series. Does put himself in a great spot to start the reverse sweep. Toxiic. Cheeky little pop to put it back towards the net and force Mawkzy back, but then loses control of the ball. Allows him to get 100. Actually allows him to get a dribble. This is nightmare scenario if you're Toxiic, and this is why. You do not want to find yourself shadowing against a Mawkzy dribble. Because next thing you know, that ball is absolutely boomed into your crossbar and in. Who do I think is going to win Nwpo versus Mawkzy is a question I'm asked often, as well as who do I think was going to win Nwpo versus Diaz. And I think the reality is those guys are all S tier right now, amongst a few other players as well. Drally clearly one of those players. Ruas probably one of those players. Nas potentially one of those players. We haven't seen Nas play in a long time. I think it could go either way. I'm just happy to give them an opportunity to practice in preparation. Give us an answer though. Who do you think could win? I'm gonna keep dodging it. I dodged Diaz versus Nwpo because I genuinely felt it was a 50-50 matchup all the way until they put me on the desk right before and basically said, hey, you have to pick. Then I finally was like, okay, I'll go NA crowd. I think maybe Diaz has a slight edge. And then instantly everyone was like, after Nwpo won, felt betrayed by me for having picked one way or the other, even though I went as long as I possibly could have. But I tell you what, credit to the Nwpo fans. They were right. That was definitely a dominant win for Nwpo. Diaz only able to steal a single game. I don't think I'd go back and change what I was saying about the matchup being close. I think that's just how Nwpo wins. When he wins, he often snowballs like that. Toxiic double jump bump connects. He might have gone down 4-0, but he got 3 straight. Fence sitting Feer. The thing is, I don't, I'm not afraid to not fence sit. When I need to, and I think there's a clear favorite, I'll tell you. Don't get me wrong, but maybe I'm slightly, ever so barely, trying to also hype up just the World Championship 1v1. Because if, there isn't a clear favorite, then makes it even more fun. But I don't know. I don't know which way I'd go. Nice play from Mawkzy. Mawkzy is playing really well. Yeah, we saw Diaz change his settings during that series, which I wonder what the win rate on players who have changed their sensitivity by more than 0.01 or whatever the minimum amount is. Like, that's got to be like 0 in 100 million. Once you're changing your sensitivity in the middle of a match, I have to imagine it's tough. But I don't know. Maybe he's one of those placebo guys because we don't get to see him stream very often, or I guess he does stream on occasion. Maybe people who watch the stream would know. It's a question for people who watch the stream because they might tell you, oh, Diaz, he's changing his aerial sensitivity by 0.2 every other game. In which case, it's like, oh, okay, whatever, never mind. But I would think that to be something you'd want to keep set in stone and definitely not mess with on stage. Mawkzy. Double jump bumping, and then, trying to change the angle of the ball down and in. Toxiic stays patient, stays grounded, collects it, flicks it, brings it back within 1. He changes his settings a lot. Seems like you maybe don't know and you're just messing with us. Toxiic 50s certainly not going to go in the nets. The question is whether or not he gets a boost steal. The answer is no, because Mawkzy immediately erases everything to do with that. And then, oh my goodness, Mawkzy. Mawkzy. You drop a yes. I'm not sure you can afford to miss those right now. Toxic. He's trying to decide. He could go for a quick shot if he got the perfect landing without picking up boost, or he could go try and pick up boost and then make the shot, and then you just end up kind of freezing there after the landing and doing neither. Mawkzy to the back wall, trying to hold on to this lead for another minute to at least not get swept. But he needs 3 straight. Skirkmans, thank you for the 7 months prime. I think Toxic scoring this. Full-time is treating you well, I trust. I've been having a great time being a full-time streamer. I'll just go ahead and slightly leak it now. It's not really a leak. It makes it sound way more exciting than it really is. There's a chance that the stream looks a little bit different next season. Watch partying has been a lot of fun, and it's been a good way. I think it's the right thing to do if you have the availability to, full-time stream. I'm not sure it's the right play in the future for the family, because it's like so many working weekends. So we might switch it up that. Just as preparation. Probably not this season, though. So nothing to worry about too much if you've been enjoying the watch parties. Nice flick from Mawkzy. Just soup for my family. They were the 14 months. This is your first stream post-major. Just have to say that you and Reddles had a great chemistry, and I hope we see more collabs like that within the future. Yeah, I had a great time hanging with Reddles. I think that might be my favorite major that I've been to because of that setup, because of being able to stream, because of being able to hang out with Reddles during the matches. It's also really efficient. I got there late Friday night, and then I was out super quick after the games, really 5 a.m. Mawkzy is holding on to this game. He is not going to bring the ball to Toxic. He does not want to lose. And is it going to pay off, though, is the question. Pre-flow. Oh, the bomb. Toxic's going to bring it to the net. Oh, the cheeky time waste. Mawkzy types what? All caps. Because he thought this physical play was going to go some other way, but Toxic just muscles him off, shrugs off the tackle, and shoots on the open nets. 7 seconds left to go. Big kickoff right now. Toxic wins it into the corner. Oh, it gets bumped by Mawkzy. Surely Mawkzy grounds this. Surely he's flicking it over here just to put it on the ground, right? No, he's going to try and keep it in the air. Toxic keeping it in the air as well. This one's hitting ground. Surely. OT in game number 3. Toxic wins, and it's a 3-0 sweep and a big advantage in the road to Nwpo versus Mawkzy for Nwpo. Delay kickoff from Toxic. Mawkzy falls right into it. Toxic's looking at an open net, but it went so high that Mawkzy might be able to recover. No! The Toxic sweep. Nwpo 3-0 against Toxic. Toxic 3-0 against Mawkzy, and momentum has shifted heavily in favor of the Saudi player. A 3-0 for Toxic following getting swept by Nwpo, which means we are tied 1-2 in series, and Nwpo, who is 6-6 in games, has the ever so slight edge. Well, I shouldn't even say ever so slight. I mean, -3 now for Mawkzy.